Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Cities Skylines. I certainly hope you're having a wonderful day, because I'm certainly excited to be back here in the beautiful city of Trainsville, where the population is 13,500-ish, which actually has me really worried. Now, the reason the population has dropped is easily explained. Basically, we had a bit of a death wave, which is because people are kind of sick, which is because our medical coverage leaves a lot to be desired, basically. The medical coverage in the city is not amazing, so we're gonna attempt to fix that. Unfortunately, these clinics only provide medical coverage to 100 people. We really, honestly, kind of need a hospital, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw a medical clinic in there to provide coverage to that area. I'm also going to invest in a crematorium, because our death care is leaving a lot to be desired as well. So crematorium can go down there. We obviously don't necessarily have the money to do much else at the moment, but I feel like the extra clinic, the crematorium, they're probably going to be enough to sort of save us. I feel like we're gonna be okay. I'm a little bit nervous, a little bit worried, but we should be able to make this work. I don't think I'm gonna stress out too much about this. Obviously, we are having some issues. Obviously, people are sick. Obviously, they're not very happy, but I think we'll be okay. In fact, we can afford another medical clinic. There is one down there already. There's one up there. There's one there. I'm looking at this space and thinking it needs a medical clinic just right in that corner there, just to sort of deal with that area and hopefully make them a little bit better as well. I'll admit, I messed up. I totally wasn't paying enough attention to the needs of the city, but that's something I'm going to try and work with here. Hopefully, I do hope that we don't drop too far here, because if that population goes under... I think if that population goes under 12,000 at this point, we will automatically fail. So, hopefully, the issues that we're having will go away. I think the vast number of people coming into the city at the moment are new people coming in, which is why traffic is backing up there at the entrance. I can sort of back up that claim with the fact that the population does seem to be climbing again. It does seem like the amount of people that are sick is drastically reducing there, which is beautiful news. Population still climbing, which is also beautiful news. We are having issues with garbage. Definite issues with garbage, but that is because the landfills are emptying at the moment, and every time, I don't know what exactly the reason is, but every time I empty landfills in Cities Skylines, garbage does seem to slightly fall apart. So I'm not going to stress too much about that. I am thinking, though, that maybe it would be an idea to get one of these hospitals at some point. 2,400 per week, but it's 500 patients, and it does have a pretty good radius on it, if I'm not mistaken. It's not actually going to show me the radius until we have the money, though, unfortunately. I do think another crematorium would be a pretty good idea. I'm looking at this space up here, thinking we could throw it in there. So let's throw a crematorium just to about that spot. Obviously a lot of money, but the more death care we have, the better, because that is going to make people happy. The crematorium availability is actually up there, so we should be able to make this work. Population's back up over 14,000. I'm honestly not too stressed about all of this. I think we're going to be fine. Now, something I would like to change today, well, there's a couple of things I'd like to do today, but one thing I'd like to change is the way this train line works, because I want it to maybe come in and sort of go around down here and then over here, just because I can. I feel like I want it to go out and around a little bit, just because that's a little unrealistic, and because it's a little too close to the city for my liking, so we're going to see what we can do with that. I would also like to really push towards 36,000 people. I know that's not going to happen today, but I want 36,000 people because I want access to the oil and the ore up here. And I want access to those things because I want to build some towns around those and connect them via train. What we may do today, though, is build some forestry just over in this little corner here, sort of make a small... There's another train connection over here. I just noticed that. Sort of make a small connection over here, small town over here with, you know, forestry as the industry of choice. So that's my plan. But I think the first thing we're going to do is what I said we'd do at the end of the last episode, which is tear this out right here. And sincerely hope that we can get a good cloverleaf intersection in here. Because I do think we need one. I do want to get another highway connection just over here. So if we go in, we can grab the cloverleaf intersection. It will fit right about there. So we're going to bulldoze all of that right by to that point. Cloverleaf intersection is going to go about there. Meaning, I believe you need to be deleted. And you need to go there. So that little bit down there gets connected back up. And we should be pretty good to go with connecting the rest of this. Now, obviously, these bits here are a little bit too steep. So what we're going to do is go in and just connect them like that and like that. That's totally fine. You're going to be connected like that. And you are going to be connected like that. And there we go, we have our cloverleaf intersection, which means we can now go ahead and get another highway entrance. Which I'm thinking is... I was looking at here, I think we're going to go for this one initially. So what way are we going to do this? What way is it going to connect? Do I maybe want it to go underneath here? I feel like I kind of do. I feel like we could put a roundabout in there, though. That might be a better move to put a roundabout in there. So if we just tear out some of the zoning, just like so, we'll bulldoze all of that so I can see what I'm doing. We want to go ahead and do a... Did I do that roundabout in the right direction over there? Yeah, I did. I just thinking back on it, I wasn't sure if I did. So that goes there. That's going to go there. That's a very close little connection there, but hopefully that'll be all right. That's going to go there, and then all we need to do is connect those together like so. Bulldozing these bits in the middle. Although, what distance are you? I guess it's 4... No, hold on, what price? 240 is the price we're looking for. So 240 and 240. Connect those together, and then we do the curves like so. Bulldoze all of that, and there we go. We have a roundabout. I'll put some grass on it because I can. And if this ends up not really working out, what I'll do is get rid of the roundabout and have this particular entrance sort of bridge underneath and sort of connect up here or something. I think I'm also going to just disconnect those bits because they're a little bit too close. And those can be roads that end about there and about there. And what I'm actually going to do is change that roundabout into the highway so that we don't have the zoning on it in the way that we don't want it to be there. So that'll work quite nicely. We can actually go ahead and put some industrial zoning in and around all of this, which I think will be absolutely beautiful to have. And then all we need to do is connect this up to the rest of the highway. So we can actually use regular highways for this, but I'm gonna build it with regular roads just to make it super easy on myself. So that's gonna go up to there. That's gonna go up to there. And we're going to bridge across quite simply to about that point. And we can bridge from that point to that point. And then that just needs to be connected, basically. We can absolutely lower this down onto the ground, I suppose. I don't think it needs to be raised up the whole way around here. So that's going to go just like so. And then we just need to make the connection, which should be fairly easy. I have done this right, haven't I? Yeah, I have. Okay. So what we'll do is we're going to bring the highway straight across. We don't actually have that much money to do this, but I think we'll be okay. So that's going to go there. That's going to go there. Still, yeah, we don't have enough money to do this. That'll be fine. We'll gather some money and then we'll finish this project. But I do think this extra highway connection is going to be a beautiful thing to have. I do, however, think I'm going to downgrade it, upgrade it to the 2-lane highway there. And I think, honestly, probably going to do the same over here as well. I don't think that'll be a bad idea. So all of this is going to be 2-lane highway. Very expensive to... actually, it's not that expensive to change that, which is interesting. Let's see what we're going to do here. That's a lot of traffic moving around there. I can't really upgrade any of this, so that's going to do as is, I suppose. That right there could technically be 1 lane, but we'll do 2. We'll do 2. and that should be fine. At this point, we just need to connect these. So bring that forward a little bit more to, say, there. Bring that forward to there, and then just connect these like so and like so. And there we go. An extra highway connection for the city. And I'm excited to see if it actually... Yeah, there is some traffic using it, which is beautiful news. So we should see some good stuff from this. We should see this really, really help with the running of the city. It also gives us room to put in another T intersection like this one, so that we can get people out of there and over to the new town. In fact, this right here could probably become the T intersection. That doesn't seem like a bad idea to me. So that'll be good right there. That'll be really, really good. We do have some development up here, which is nice to see. But I think what I'm gonna do is actually build another little area just over here. So this right here is 1950 is the price of that road, which, yep, I figured it would be 3 blocks there. So we'll do that. We'll do the same here, and we're just gonna build another little area, essentially. That right there should be... I don't know what way that's technically gonna work. We'll just do it like that for the time being. So connect those together. What way did I do this? In other spaces like this. I'm not really sure how I've done this elsewhere. Actually, you know what? I totally am. That goes up to there, and gets turned into a one-way road, if I'm not mistaken. So it loops around, basically. Yeah, so that loops around. That's fine. Bit of a weird hill-looking thing there, but we'll not worry too much about it. Bring this over and up. That's a one-way road. That's not what I wanted. So we're just gonna get more zoning in here. We can maybe get some houses. We could get some commercial. We do actually have some pretty big demand for commercial, so commercial definitely seems like where it's at. This right here is gonna be a one-way road sort of coming over as well. It's a little bit unnecessary to have the one-way road system sort of follow like this, but it makes for good symmetry, which I'm kind of all for. So I'm not too stressed about it. Let's go ahead and get some commercial in over here. We can also just extend the pipes. At this point, I think we're probably gonna neglect our piping system or our piping format a little bit. Well, actually, we're not. We're just gonna get rid of you. So there we go. Just get rid of all of that, and we are good to zone that space. Which I think this top corner can be some commercial. I don't think that'll hurt. Definitely looks like less traffic's using this main road, which is beautiful news. Yeah, I expected over here it would be quite busy, and it is, surprising absolutely nobody. I realize part of the reason it's so busy is because a lot of traffic's coming in and blocking traffic that's trying to come down that road. So it probably would have made sense to have this tunnel underneath and connect elsewhere. You know, maybe connecting in here at a roundabout rather than right there. That's, well, the thing is, all the other roundabouts we've had have connected at these avenue things, so I'm not really sure what we'll do there. With that said, our money has improved. Our money situation has drastically improved. Garbage, not so much. But these landfills are continuing to empty, and I mean, if we go to incineration status, it's actually, to be fair, not good enough. So if we maybe throw... I mean, we don't have that much industry. Getting incinerators in here is kind of tricky. If we throw, say... Let's get 2 incinerators, 30,000 each, there and there. Just to maybe help a little bit with the garbage across the city. And I think what I'm gonna do... is I am actually gonna tear out this intersection and connect it up like this. So... yeah, that's gonna be slightly tricky, but if I do that, I think that's about spot on. Right about there. So if I raise this up and connect it like that, it's kind of there. Honestly, that doesn't need to be raised up now that I think about it. So that was kind of a complete waste of money, which is slightly annoying, especially when this bit here is just looking awkward. So maybe grab that and grab that. And lower it slightly. Then maybe grab you and raise them slightly just so it looks a little bit less. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Obviously not perfect. Obviously these aren't lining up perfectly either, which is kind of disappointing, but there's really not much can be done about that. So what we'll do is bring this into about there, bring this into about there, and they are not going to connect perfectly. There's just, yeah, there's no way they're going to connect perfectly, and that's kind of disappointing, but it is what it is. We will fix it eventually. We'll make it, you know what? Eventually is not good enough. Hold up. We're not fixing it eventually. We're fixing it now. This may take a lot of money, but we are fixing it immediately. So, what way we're going to do this? I guess what I'll do is I'll grab these with move it and lower them, so that they're pretty much going to be on the ground. We're not going to have them dig into the ground. We're going to just put them on the ground, like that. We can drag them out a little bit, just to make them, kind of decent-looking ramps. Then all we need to do is go from here all the way to there. Just like that. And from here, all the way to there. Just like that. And for some reason, this bit here is a bridge. Not really sure why this bit's a bridge. But it's a bridge. So there you go. The more you know. Maybe I can make that a little bit better. You know what? Let's just delete those bits. We can make this work. Oh boy, what have I done? I may have made a mistake. Hold up. Oh, I haven't made a mistake. I see what I can do here. So if I grab that, put it on the floor, go that way, turn that into a two-way road. We can have you go to there, and we can have you go to there. And there we go. We got our ramps, which are not in line anymore. Oh, it's such a waste of money. Such a waste of money. There we go. And there we go. All right. We got the roads. They're a bit, it looks better than it did. We have our big intersection, which is all we really need. This right here is going to be turned into that and that. This right here is going to be a one-lane road. Turn on anarchy so I can do this. And this right in here is going to be a one-lane road as well. Then back here is 2 lanes and 2 lanes. There we go. So that right there, I realize I'm going to need to change the speed limits on those roads too. Because these ones are technically only 80. So get those back up to 100. Get this up to 100, that up to 100, that to 100, and that to 100. Just because I'm a madman that has no concept of speed. Ah, yes, I knew this would happen. We'll fix that later. We will fix that problem later. Because what I want to do is I do want to start building a small area out here. Just a really, really basic area, but a small area nonetheless that people can work in for industry. So I'm thinking we do like a main road. I don't know what kind of main road, but just a main road. No, let's build a small like industrial space. So something like that to begin with. Yes, it's a road. Shock horror. So something like that with maybe, little bits coming off here and there. That main road in the middle can maybe be turned into an avenue just because there will probably be a lot of traffic on this. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to have this be a one-way road going that way. I want it to go up like that, around to there and down like that. Because on that road, I want to see if I can put a cargo train station. No, I cannot. It's ugh. Well, that's a pain, is what that is. Obviously, we don't have the money for it. That's kind of to be expected. Let's turn this into... Actually, let's not do the cargo train station there. We'll do the cargo train station elsewhere. So we can put this back. And we can have our roads extending out like so, and out like so. And then the cargo train station is probably going to go down like this end. We need 2 train stations, so maybe what I should do is have them on either side of this place. So this road can continue down a little bit. Extend out to there and extend out to there. I don't know why I'm going for this kind of pattern where These two overextend the middle one, but whatever. Well, maybe we do this. Maybe we turn anarchy on and we just do that. So we have a loop, but we have the bits in the middle too. Sure, we'll do that. We'll be boring. Actually, to be fair, what I could do right there is actually turn those side bits into the one-way bits we need. So like that, and like that. Even that'll kind of work, to be fair. Because then what we do is we have our cargo train station on one side. Obviously, it's going to have to kind of be down the bottom. Then the passenger train station on the other side like that. And people can move around no problem. So that right there is going to be our industrial spot. I do kind of want people living out here a little bit. I think that could be kind of nice. So we're going to sort of curve this down that way slightly. Don't know why I'm curving it and making it more complicated for myself, but whatever. We'll curve it down that way slightly. And what I want to do is I do want to have a little gap between the industry and some commercial. So we're going to put some commercial just sort of in here. And we're going to make it real basic. We're going to make it super, super basic. Get rid of that for a second. Because this is the thing. I can go for aesthetics as much as I want, but at the end of the day, what I'm really going for is getting people moving via train. Because that is the goal. We have to remember that that is the goal here. So put that through there, put that through there. And what we'll do is I'm going to build some pedestrian paths along the avenue here. And we're going to see if, you know, maybe that'll do some good stuff for us. So that's going to go there, 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 and there. So there we go. That's going to block off that, what is up with the zoning in that road? That is very, very strange. Connect to there. There we go. That's a bit better. Down there's a little messed up too. Let's just fix that. There we go. Down there's messed up as well. So fix. Why has that been weird? There we go. And that one's a little messed up as well, so fix that. There we go. So zoning around there is going to be beautiful. We can make that a small commercial area, put in some trees, and just make this a little bit more dense. Actually, I don't have the tree brush. I don't have the tree brush anymore! Oh boy. I forgot. This does actually slightly mess with where I was going to put the train station. Actually, maybe the passenger train station goes down here. That seems good to me. So passenger train station is going to go in the commercial area. Then this road's sort of going to continue down a little bit. So it's going to continue this way. And somehow it needs to line up with literally everything else. Oh boy. So you are going to go down to the ground and you are going to have road guidelines turned back on so you can go back up to there. And then I think what we do is we make another one of our famous roundabouts that are slightly square. So we don't want to go 5. We want to go 4 and 4. And then what distance is this? 160 is the price. And then we go not 5, but 4. And that's not actually 4, is it? This is very square, is the problem here. It's a very, very square, roundabout. But whatever. It'll do the job. It makes it easier for... Actually, it doesn't make it easier for me, because technically I need to try and find a way to get a, I need to get an avenue to connect there. Which even Road Anarchy is not gonna let me do. Okay. Let's figure this out. So the avenue that we're looking for is this one, right? It's gonna go there, like that. So at this point, what we need to do is that and that. Pretty much. So can I, like, curve you out to be slightly more even? I guess that works. It's a little silly looking, but it technically works. So upgrade all of this. Give it a few more lanes, because that kind of makes a bit of sense. And we'll see how that goes. Probably not my best idea, I'm gonna be honest. Not my best work. But, you know, to each their own. We'll see how it goes. What I do want to do, though, is I do want to start putting some industry in here. And I do want power out here as well. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw a wind turbine, like, right in the corner. Because we do have the money for it. So, wind turbine right in the corner. We shouldn't really need to do much with the, with power lines. I am going to just make this industrial area right off the bat, though. So we're going to get this, like, defined and all that stuff. Real quick. Oh, God. I just want to tidy this up a little bit just to make the zone a little bit neater. There we go. So King Heights is not going to have any policies. It is going to... Oh, God. I just messed it up again. It is going to be specialized, though. So we want to go to Forestry. Click it, and there we go. And at this point, all we need to do is click all of these areas here and turn them into forestry zones. I'm going to do the same in there as well. I know that's going to cause issues with traffic, but all of that is going to be forestry. I have my doubts that it's going to be powered appropriately or properly by a wind turbine, so I'm actually going to tear that out and throw a pylon just there. Actually, from like that point to there. From that point to there. From there over to, say, that corner. And from there, we just want to go like that to there and across the bridge to about that point. So that'll provide power for the new industrial zone. They don't currently have water, but water should actually be really easy for here. It's just going to go around like this. And then we're going to connect it up directly over to that corner. So we're going to see industry come out of here. That's hopefully going to be a beautiful thing. You might be wondering why I made the roundabout here. I'm actually looking at it and wondering that myself. Yeah, there you go. That's why I made the roundabout. I don't know. I don't know why I made it. So connect that up and connect that up. Basically. And can I make that look better? Like, can we get just a nice curve on this? We absolutely can. Beautiful. Why is that going the wrong way as well? There we go. So that looks a bit better. We are going to need to use the lane management here just to make sure that you are going there and you are going there. And the speed limit on this road, probably worth lowering to like 70. To be honest. Probably not a bad idea. I can stay 100 there. Then along here can be maybe 60 for a bit. We'll do 60 all along there. And then it drops to 50 and 40 going through there. So you guys don't actually... We don't have enough water is actually what's happening there. So let's get another pump and let's throw it dangerously close to the sewage output there. We'll get another sewage output and throw it there and just connect you up like so. Yeah, that is getting dangerously close, but I think we're doing all right with water pumping. You guys seem happy enough over here, so at this point, all we need to do is save up some money and get some trains over here. It's just that the passenger train station is 45,000, which we're about to get. The cargo train terminal is 60. But let's throw the passenger train station in there. Obviously expensive, but it's going to be good to have. It is going to be really good to have. Facility empty. Beautiful. So get that out of here. Throw in some industry. We have big demand for residential and commercial as well. So let's throw in a bit more residential over here just to get that area filled up a little bit. Bring that population up higher. And as for over here, traffic is actually slowly moving, which is beautiful stuff. We can actually go ahead as well and throw in some more pipes for this space. Let me just make sure the pipes are actually done properly. So we want to turn off the road guidelines because they're a bit of a pain in the butt sometimes. They're really good. Like, I love the road guidelines, don't get me wrong, but just sometimes they are a bit of a pain in the tuchus, is what they are. So let's figure out how we're going to connect this train line. I mean, for one, I think the simple thing to do is going to be extend this straight out for a while. So out to about there. And this one's going to extend in as well. I wonder if I can get these two to just like... I can pretty much get those to link up. So... I mean, what if we... Hold on, turn on road guidelines again. If I get those two to go like that, right? Can I get this to, like... go that way? Yeah. That's incredibly unrealistic and a very, very sharp bend, but... I'll allow it. That's fine by me. Let's get these two to sort of line up real nicely. You are gonna go like that and line up real nicely as well. In fact, that's gonna be deleted for a second. And what we want to do is get a real nice curve on that. There we go. So that's a bit better. At this point, I need to put a road at the end of these. You might be wondering what I'm doing. You're gonna see, don't you worry. Road at the end of those, and that didn't actually work. Yeah, that did not work. Actually, that right there is exactly what I wanted. So you go there, you go there. That didn't work. Can I get these to like link together nicely? Apparently the answer is yes. Look at that. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So that's going to be a connection that we could actually run like right down here. Yeah, it would block some zoning, but we could do it. And then underneath, and you know what? I like that idea. I like that idea a lot. So we're going to have a train line. It's going to run right down here. It is... That is... Road Anarchy isn't actually on, so it is actually letting me do that, which is really cool. So the train line's going to go to there. This is the point where it's going to mess up, though, because it's not going to let me do the tunnel that close to the road, is it? No, that's where Anarchy is going to come in handy, though. So we'll turn off the guidelines again. We want this to be 10 units. And we want this to be 10 units. Oh, we're Grand City. We got third loan and we got solar. Beautiful. Turn off Anarchy again. It will let me do this, which I absolutely adore. So down to the end like that. We're going to connect those two together underneath. And at this point, all we need to do is bring the train line in. Now, interestingly, I didn't expect to have a train line on this side of the thing. So... Maybe... I mean, how many people have we moved via train currently? That's the real question. 3,753 is not bad. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this train line here. So it's going to move. It's sort of going to curve that way. It's going to curve that way a little bit more. And then road guidelines, I want it to come in. I want this one to line up with it. So like that. That's actually really inefficient, but whatever. It'll do the job for the time being. I would love to get a train line running up between, like, technically, I could totally get a train line running between those roads, but I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. So let's just continue this train line straight on to about there. And this is where it's going to start curving. So this right here is where it's going to have to curve out quite drastically. Say, like that. And it's going to have to come in. We're going to run it alongside this other train line as best we can. And then in like that. So right there, we have our train line. It's obviously not connected yet, but it will be. I think it's going to have to tunnel under the water, which is kind of frustrating. Because I really don't know that I want to do that, but I think it's going to have to. So let's just real quick bring this train line over. as best we can. So it's going to come over to say, hold on, can I get this to line up is the real question. So first things first, that goes there. Then this goes underneath. And I think that's just going to stay underneath. I think that'll be for the best. So this right here is going to go there and under. And then we run this the whole way here. Apparently the space is already occupied by what? The bridge? Really? That's kind of surprising. Space already occupied. That is really surprising. Slope too steep. Yeah, I can see how that'd be a problem. Maybe we need to bring this back slightly. So we bring it back, and that almost works. Oh, hold on, that does work. Alright. So bring it into there. And just connect it like that. Yes, it's connected a little bit at an angle, but that's fine. All we seem to need to do at this point, though, is bring this train line straight over. And get those to connect at a real beautiful angle like that. There we go. Those are ready to go. We can make a train line here. That's going to go from that spot into that spot and all the way back. We have a train line, ladies and gentlemen. We have a train line. Let's put some low-density commercial over here, I think. I think low-density commercial in this area kind of makes sense, considering it is a, it's meant to be like a small town out here. So a bit of low-density commercial. That'll incentivize people to come out here via train. I'm hopeful we're going to see some beautiful stuff happen here. I'm hopeful that's going to be a fairly busy line. But I'm not going to hold my breath either, because, you know, it's City Skylines. It can be misleading. There are actually a decent number of people waiting, though, already, which is really surprising. So that right there is kind of neat. That is most definitely neat, is what that is. Now let's have a look here. This roundabout's still super busy. I do really want to change that up. I really do want to change that up, but I'm not going to prioritize it just yet. Let me have a look at our numbers then. So 3,808. I feel like we might have too many trains in this line. 26 of 340 on that. I mean, the numbers are kind of there. I think when we have people living out here, it's going to be even better. I also feel like we could totally change up this industrial area slightly. Just to get more industry in here. So doing this kind of thing and doing sort of like, I don't know, this kind of thing, just to really pack the industry in there, I think is going to be a good idea. And then just extend the pipes like that, I suppose. And then just cram a bit of, not that, cram a little bit of industry into all of that space. Pipes are done. The district zoning is not, so just bring it right into the corner like that. And there we go. Little bit more industry in that space. Obviously going to be a very busy area, but once we get the freight trains in there, I think it'll be okay. I do think it'll be okay once those trains are in there. But ladies and gentlemen, I think I'm going to leave it there for today. I'm quite happy with the progress that we've made. We've got this little area done over here. We have another highway connection, which has moved the traffic problems from here to here. Next episode, what I think we'll do is get rid of that roundabout and change the connection to... the thing is, I don't actually know where we can change the connection to, because like I said, these roundabouts were put in four-way intersections with this sort of pseudo avenue thing that we do. So we're gonna have to figure it out. We are gonna have to figure it out, but I do think we need to change this up because this right here is backing up like crazy, and it is only gonna get worse as more industrial traffic moves out this way and as people start living out here. So we're gonna have to be wary of that. We're gonna have to be prepared. How are we looking on the numbers? 4,500, and yeah, that's not bad. What are we looking at on the lines? What are we looking at? 75 per week, 53 passengers. Can I have a look specifically? 103 people on that train right there. I'm going to lower the number of vehicles to 2, though. I don't think we need 3 vehicles. I do not think we need 3 vehicles at all. But we actually do have a decent number of people wanting to use a train to get out here, which is really, really cool. And that's only going to get better as more people live out here as well. I am, just before we wrap things up, gonna just do this real quick to, you know, just expand the area a little bit more. We're just gonna get more shops in here. I am gonna need to do the pathway along the avenue as well, unfortunately. So bulldoze you, and turn off road guidelines real quick. And turn on road anarchy as well, so I can do this properly. So all of this is going to come across like that. You're gonna go to there, and all the way along like this. There we go. Not bad. Zoning is a little bit funky on that road. Can we maybe fix that just real quick? Why is everything suddenly just real quick? That's become my new phrase. I'm not okay with this. Right. So let's just... Oh, that's a bit weird as well. Let's fix you real quick. And let's fix you just real quick as well. There we go. And you as well just need to be sorted. There we go. So those roads are all done, I believe. We can go ahead and throw in some more commercial zoning, which I do think is going to be good for the area. There we go. So just fill up all of that, and that'll hopefully make people really, really happy. They are going to need some water, of course. Going to need to throw that just around here. But there we go. That'll get more commercial zoning in there. That's actually going to get more people moving in there as well. More people are going to be using the trains, which is very, very exciting. Numbers up to 5,000 already. Quite a lot of people walking to work, which is the big deal there. So what that tells me is that maybe just a sneaky little pedestrian path in here would be a great addition. Just right there to let them walk over to the industrial area that little bit quicker. Yeah, there we go. There's some people using it. Alright, I'm excited. I am excited, ladies and gentlemen. But that is going to be it for today. So thank you kindly for watching. As always, it has been an absolute pleasure. And as always, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.